All right, hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm gonna call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I'm Mad Statter today, and this is Chatter with Statter. It looks like, maybe, I don't really know, my situation has been situated. I've got things where I think they need to be. We'll see. We will see if things are where they need to be. Let's see here. It looks like we got some background music happening. Looks like the microphone's working. Looks like we've got Pussycat in the house along with Michael Anthony Smith, Terry in Scotland, Beatty Bo, and Lady Misty is in the house on the YouTube side, coming through on the restream, which is good because I wanted to make sure that was working too. All right, my picture is sorted. On this stream, the movie scene might still be all forked up. I've got two different set of settings. This one is sorted, it would seem. We'll see what Saturday has to offer. The aspect ratio is looking good. Beatty Bo, your Wendy's opened up the other day and the Baconator is so good. Oh, Beatty Bo, indeed, it is so good. What I love about the Baconator, aside from the fact that obviously it's a double bacon cheeseburger, is I love that it's just, I don't know how they serve it in Scotland, but in the United States, it's served with basically just ketchup and mayo. So it's a very simple burger: ketchup, mayo, bacon, cheese, meat, all of the things that make a burger tasty and deadly. No vegetables, no extra fancy sauces, no mustard to give us the illusion of fancy hoity-toityness. No, it's just mayonnaise, ketchup, cheese, bacon, and meat. And then, of course, bread. Oh, indeedly do. It's a tasty one. It's a tasty one. All right, so now that I am done drooling, I would like to say hello to Elaine and Mama Sean, and let's see here who else came in while I was waxing poetic about the Baconator. And let's see here. I think that might be it. Lady Misty, Mama Sean, Elaine on the YouTube side. Beatty Bo bragging, I've not eaten vegetables for about 5 years. Meanwhile, Michael Anthony Smith is rolling over in his bedroom saying, I can't eat piggies, but knowing that Michael Anthony Smith is a vegetarian, I'm going out on a limb and guessing that Michael Anthony Smith has eaten a vegetable in the last 5 years. And let's see here, Pussycat, I'll put it up against my homemade burger with Swiss cheese and onions and bacon. Oh, well, okay, first off, Pussycat, obviously homemade is going to be better, right? Right. Obviously, homemade is going to be better. But when it comes to a fast food burger, that Wendy's is pretty tasty. And hey, very good to see you. Terry, thank you so much for that 1,000 biddies. And I don't know what's going on in your life, Verity, but I'm glad that we are here to help you deal with whatever you need the chatter for. And let's see here, because I understand those days. Boy, howdy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the party started with our little Black Cat intro, and then I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Well, no, just one real. Well, I'm going to ask you a favor. I want to see if something works, but first, let's do the kitty cats, okay? Let's go. Meow. All right, just as I switched the scenes, Shock and Pussycat were doing some things. I think I maybe got our remotes fixed. Oh. Okay. Well, you see, I thought I had the emotes fixed. Here, let's try this. Okay, alright, so do you remember how a long time ago I used to have emotes that would go floating across the screen, right? You remember those? Yeah. Oh, one of them just did a thing. So I thought that oh, okay, cool. So I thought that I reset up the links to do the things. So in theory, if you bombard the screen with little emoticons, they should, there we go. I don't know. I wonder why they're not, I wonder why they're not as prolific as they should be. Let's see here. See, we only get one flower. There's some more. But then no. Well, okay. I'm trying to make it work again. Ooh, what's that one? Is that auto? See, now, Terry, that one didn't work at all. But the sunglasses did. Well, gosh darn it. Comes on certain settings. Oh, well, I wonder. Okay, well. All right, this needs to maybe be fiddled with further. But I love the dudes, dude. See, all right, so I've got alerts now that are notificated. And I've got the emotes now that are set up. But the emotes clearly are not set up proper. Oh. That didn't seem to work, Rick. I liked the idea, but that didn't. So I must need to go fiddle-faddle a little bit more with the stuffuses. All right, well, we're not going to do that. I wonder why some of them show up. Like, Puzzy's got the whole, like, no, it was a good guess, Rick. It was a super good guess. Oh, there we go. Finally, we've got one coming through from Terry. But, like, Puzzycat seems to have the fast route. Puzzycat's internet wants to talk to my internet way more. Or my internet wants to talk to Puzzy's way more. Because he's letting it... Oh, yeah, bring on the fish heads. Roly-poly fish heads. Eat them up, yum. Oh, but good. We got the... Okay, good. We got the Prel. The Prel is good. All right. And, let's see here. Lady Misty, are you in Scotland? Wait, no. Lady Misty is saying to Terry in Scotland. What is Lady Misty saying? Oh, Baby Boy lives in Scotland too. Got it. Okay, that's what you're saying. I get it now. All right, so this is basically, if I get biddies, they explode, but regular checks just randomly floop about. Oh. All right, well, we'll figure it out as it comes on. Ooh, I like those ones. All right, so this basically is the fancy bell and whistle for the show today, because I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, but I do have a Lono listening break that we'll be listening to. Ooh, what just happened here? See, now that was impressive. Hey, Baby Bo, rating with a party of one. How did you do that, Shock? No, how'd you do that, Shock? That was fancy. A raid will generate a boom like that. Oh, okay. All right, well, I think I have to go into my restream settings. No, my stream element settings. See, there's so many Y'all, when you're putting together a silly live stream that is literally as bare bones as this one, because this one is as, this is bare bones. You've seen other live streams. You've seen Andy Boomatai. This is about as bare bones as it gets. And even with as bare bones as it gets, I am still running OBS, Twitch, Restream, and Stream Elements all at the same time, just to get this on 2 channels with the little emoji things and the blah 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 things and whatever. And so even bare bones, there's lots of buttons, and I think we all know that buttons can be dangerous. Okay, I think we know that buttons can be dangerous. And let's see here, but the class chat emotes doesn't spray big blob on the screen the way of getting a follower or biddies or raids do. Why do you need more than one channel? Michael Smith. Well, because some people watch on YouTube and some people watch on Twitch. And so I want to have both user preferences have the ability to watch, and then the restream helps combine both of the chats, so the people on YouTube can talk to the people on Twitch in the chat, and the people on Twitch can also talk to the people on YouTube in the chat, because everybody sees what everybody's doing. There's Darlene. All right, had to finish up dishes. Ugh. And Banny Bo just cheered 1 bit. Yay! Thank you so much, Banny Bo. And all right, so we know, Pussycat, that we will eventually end up talking about food. We do know this, of course. Of course, we know this. But before that, we could talk about other things, like music, which we probably will in a second. But Michael Anthony Smith, it is labor intensive and it's not labor intensive. Once you get everything set up and talking to each other properly, because that's how they talk to each other properly, it all kind of happens. It runs in the background. You basically start up OBS, and OBS is like, hey, bitches, come, the party's starting, and everything works. But every once in a while, OBS loses track of all the other connections, and then you end up having to rebuild, which is what I had to do after this last OBS update. So it's taken a couple weeks, and there you go. I don't really know if that was a soapbox, Terry, as much as just an explanation, dude. Okay, I'm loving these silly, stupid emotes. I didn't realize how much I missed them until now. All right, so you guys, yes, we are going to talk about food, and the first question that I've got to ask you is simply, what kind of... Now, Michael Anthony Smith... Okay, actually, Michael Anthony Smith, you probably want to look away. Anybody who does not eat meat or like to look at meat, look away. This is cooked meat. Don't worry, this is cooked. But here is our question right now. Here is my question right now. How would you like your steak? When you cook a steak, what number range? When you eat a steak, what number would you prefer? Okay, you have to eat meat now, doctor's orders. All right, well then, Michael Anthony Smith, if you were gonna eat the meat, all right, so maybe 4 says Puzzy, 5 says Puzzy, 6 says Michael Anthony Smith, 6 says Terry, 3 says Banny Bo, okay, even 3 says Puzzy, all right. Darlene, 4 to 5, no more than that. And hey all, still watching a blacksmithing stream on the Trail Dust account. No worries, Kevin. We're just sitting here talking about how you like your steak done. And so 5 to 6, Verity and Mama Sean, they can eat their steaks together. Shock is a 2. Okay, all right, now we're getting to some outliers here. But you know though, okay, good. 3 to 4, says Elaine. Yeah, you know that these are all, although actually I'm gonna have to say, Shock, I'm looking in your direction. 2 is a little bit questionable in my book, okay? But 2 is definitely better than 1. But I'm glad to know that none of y'all are on the 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, Kevin, you're on 9? You've got to be kidding me, Kevin. You want to burn your steak the way you want to put your steak through a forge. I used to be a 7 and an 8 girl. I used to totally be in 7 and 8 girl. But 9 and 10, I think, is a little much for me. Although your dad was a total 10. Right, you know, it's so funny how people have these preferences, right? And what for me is weird is if I eat a steak, I could probably go as low as 3, although I would prefer a 4 or a 5. Honestly, 3 to 6 I'll eat. 4 to 5 would be my preference or whatever. But when it comes to a prime rib roast, like this is a steak that I'm talking about, but with those numbers. But if I was to eat a prime rib roast, I would absolutely want it to be at a 6 or a 7. For some reason, roast beef to me is just so gross when it's pink. I need it to be a little bit more brown. Steak can have the, the pinkish reddish, but for me, see, in Pussycat, it sounds like you're just the opposite. Prime rib is a 3 every day. Right. See, I would just be like, no, let me get closer to the end. Let me get closer. No, I don't like my Baney Bro, I don't like my steak at a 10. When I was a little kid, I would maybe like it at 6, 7, or 8. Right now, as a grown-up, I'll eat it as low as a 3, but 4 and 5 is what I would prefer. And I mean, I'll eat a 6 if I have to because it's steak. Because it's steak. And Donna, there you go. Yes, definitely a 4. Good to see you, Donna. And welcome in to the chatterbox for your first. I believe you might be a first-time commenter, and if you're not a first-time commenter, I have missed you, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, definitely a 4. 4 and 5 are absolutely my thing. And Verity, yeah, if you were older, you grew up with well-cooked meat for health concerns. I don't know, man. My parents really liked pink meat. But let's see here. Darlene bragging about going off with her daughters and grandkids this weekend or this spring break. And let's see, you need the center to be warm, so Shock's not cool red center. Right, yeah, that you don't want it blue rare, you want it rare is I think the technical term. And Pussycat, I don't necessarily like A1 sauce on my steaks, although I can appreciate why people do. But I'll tell you what, man, a baked potato and a steak, I feel like there's a law that they have to be served together, right? I mean, I don't know why they have to be served together, but if you have a steak, it's just so natural to have that baked potato. And I don't Pussycat, delete the salad. I don't even know what salad you're referring to delete. That's not part of a steak meal. That's part of the salad bar over there. No. If I'm going to have a vegetable with my steak, it might be a side of broccoli, but there's no salad with steak. Yes, I know. Steak, salad, baked potato, very common meal, but no. And there you go. Right, exactly, Elaine. 3 to 5 is good. 4 is perfect. Yes. And Kevin. Okay, yes. Now, oh my God. Kevin, you are speaking the truth here, because back in the day, even when I was a kid, it was like pork chops had to be cooked all the way through. There was no such thing as an undercooked pork chop. You'd get worms, and the worms will kill you. We've since, of course, found that that's not true anymore. Yeah. The pork chops of our youth had to be drowned in gravy, because that was the only way that you could suck those overcooked dried things down. I have to say, I'm really glad that we've gotten over the whole overcooking our pork chops thing. Overcooking our pork chops, like, that is so 1978. And yes, exactly. Baked potato, butter, sour cream, no A1. No A1, just suck the steak sauce, right? And Terry in Scotland coming in. Terry, you are speaking truth, actually. Baked potato with a steak, mashed potato with a chicken fried steak. There is no question about that. Now, Mama Sean, or Mama Sean's asking about the marshmallows, and Darlene, you could have absolutely answered my question straight from my mouth. Gradually lightly browned marshmallows, not charred, but I'm not a huge fan of marshmallows to begin with. I totally agree with that. But the key though is with the marshmallow is, for me, is it needs to be lightly and evenly brown all over, but it also needs to be like really evenly, deeply melted through without charring it. It's basically this tightrope that I've never really mastered. You've been to the club for the last 2 days. I don't know what you mean by the club. Do you mean the health club? Do you mean the disco club? Do you mean the restaurant called the club? And let's see here. My dad cooked steaks to well done, but had trouble chewing that very cooked meat. You liked a lemon cured beef, almost raw, but lately number 4 is best. You know, I've never had lemon cured beef, but I did once thinly slice some steak and marinate it in some lime and chili juice, and I didn't realize that you could cook steak that way. I kind of thought I was just marinating it for flavor, but as it turned out, I was like, this meat is kind of cooked. So, yeah. The nightclub, I kind of figured, Bainey. I just wanted to make sure. And Michael Anthony Smith, you need to bounce. You're sorry. That's okay, dude. You are on the other side of the country. You've got nighty nights to do, I'm sure. You're an early riser, always have been. So go eat some meat and go take a nap. Or just go take the nap. All right, lamb chops. Now, I've got to tell y'all, I've never had lamb chops, so no clue. I've been told they're supposed to be rare-ish. Bucola tea. I'm bouncing in now. So we've got Michael Anthony Smith is first shift. Bucola tea is second shift. So the meat town. Okay, and Bucola tea, just so you know, just to give some context, the meat conversation started with the question, how do you like your steak, right? We have one outlier who's a number 2. We have somebody like who I think is lying, who says 9 or 10. Most of us are in the realms of 3 to 6. And so yeah, so that is that's the situation with that. And let's see here. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. And hold on, did you say 1 or 2 with you? Wait, what did you say? Oh, 2 or 3. Wow, okay, so you're another one of them there outliers with the number 2. You and Shock can go sit next to each other and have your bloody good fun with your steak. And yeah, okay, so let's see, your Mama Sean, we're having lamb shank for dinner cooked in the crock pot, she says. Verity is saying if you do eat the lambs, you want to get the New Zealand lamb. And Terry coming with Welsh lamb is good too. And Darlene saying I got introduced to lamb by my youngest daughter and son-in-law, and it's delicious. Now, my question for you guys is, what makes New Zealand lamb better than USA lamb? I'm literally, like, this is not a trick question. I truly don't know. I've never eaten lamb, to my knowledge. And if I did eat lamb, I have no idea where it was sourced, but I don't think I did. I know that my boss says that she likes lamb, but she thinks that most lamb these days is flavorless. And so I said, well, what lambs are you eating? Is it from the USA or is it from New Zealand? And she was like, I have no idea what you're talking about or why that matters. And I was like, well, apparently it does matter. So now I'm asking you guys, like, what makes New Zealand lamb better? is it more flavorful or not as flavorful? Like, is it not as gamey as I don't even know what it tastes like. I do know that I've heard that lamb goes well with garlic, rosemary, and then mint jelly. Stir frying lamb, says Rick. Wow, I've never heard of that. And Shock is just saying yes. I'm not sure what she's saying yes to, though. I'm missing out on the lambo. Well, here's the deal. I'm not opposed to eating the lambs at all, silenced or not. I don't know how to prepare it, which means I'm going to have to depend on someone else to prepare it for me or purchase it like at a grocery store at a restaurant. And I don't like to spend money on items at restaurants that I don't know that I'm going to like. I'm cheap like that, and lamb is expensive like that. I don't want to spend like $28 on a plate of food I'm not going to like. And cooking it like a steak, I can do that. I definitely know how to do that. I'm familiar with garlic. I'm familiar with rosemary. And Verity, I don't know what rhubarb jam tastes like, but I'm going to tell you this. Rhubarb jam on lamb, to me, even though I've never had lamb or rhubarb jam, I can tell you this right now. Rhubarb jam on lamb to me sounds infinitely more tasty than mint jelly. That whole mint jelly thing on lamb freaks me out. I don't understand. I absolutely would do the rhubarb before the mint. And let's see here. Some people find the smell of lamb while it's cooking to be off-putting. Smell is often stronger than taste. For sure, Picola T, absolutely. There's a reason why people don't eat chitlins, and the smell has a lot to do with it. There's a reason why lots of people don't like eating kidneys or preparing kidneys, because it makes your house smell like urine for hours when you're cooking it. But and now Terry, you're saying a lot of Americans don't know what mutton is. But you say that in Irish stew they use lamb. I, for some reason, always had it in my head that in Irish stew they used mutton. Was that understanding wrong? Am I assuming that was wrong? And Kevin, I'm exactly right there with you. I don't really care for anything mint flavored. So mint jelly on meat doesn't sound good to me. Why did I say rhubarb flavored lamb? Because I meant to say rhubarb jelly. I mistakenly said rhubarb flavored jam. But I would rather have lamb. I would rather have rhubarb jam on my lamb than mint jelly on my lamb. That's what I'm trying to say. And you have a huge rhubarb plant. I made rhubarb barbecue sauce, rhubarb strawberry pie, jam, or crisp. Yum. Okay, Tesco Irish stew uses both mutton and lamb. Okay, so then I'm not necessarily totally mistaken with the mutton idea. Got it. And Puzzycat, your wife wants to make a legit shepherd's pie, the kind with the lamb or the mutton. Because just so you know, y'all, shepherd's pie is actually with... What do shepherds look over? Their flocks. They're flocks of sheep. Shepherd's pie is technically is full of lamb or mutton. And it's cottage pie if it's full of that there beef. So let's see here. Oh, hey Marianne, good to see you. Loved my old passport photo. Yeah, it popped it like it suddenly like popped for those of you who don't know what she's talking about, I posted a couple days ago or yesterday or whatever a picture of my passport photo from many years ago. And I always am shocked at how blue my eyes look in that picture. And it just like popped out of nowhere, and I'm still not sure where it popped out of nowhere from. And so I just took a picture of it and just posted it on Facebook. But yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. And Verity, you love shepherd's pie. I don't think I've had a shepherd's pie. I have only had cottage pies, mistakenly referred to as the shepherd pie. And not the jelly, but a bit of finely chopped mint, not too much. I don't like mint to overpower the lamb, though. Okay. I know that a lot of, I want to say Middle Eastern, but I also want to say Turkish. I don't really know if Turkish is considered Middle Eastern. A lot of that area of the world incorporates mint into their meat dishes a lot, and it's generally not my favorite. Just like, if you remember the food map of Yesterstream, with all the different states and all the weird foods that we eat. One of them was a cotton candy burrito. Up in the Pacific Northwest, Washington, it was gooey ducks. Well, in Ohio, they eat this thing called Skyline chili. And I was actually going to make a video of me eating a Skyline chili dog and some Skyline chili on the spaghetti like they eat it in Cincinnati. And I opened the can, and I realized that there's no way in hell I will ever be eating Skyline chili. If you want meat with cinnamon and cinnamon with meat, don't forget the nutmeg. And it smells so sweet, it's like brown sugar, only there's no sugar in it. But it's still candy chili. Oh God, dude, no. Cannot, will not. I am sorry if you live in Ohio. I am sorry if you love the spices in the Skyline. I will not be stealing off of your plate. How do they call that chili? I can't answer that question, Terry. You're going to have to take, that is above my pay grade, my friend. You're going to have to talk to my manager. I don't know. And, oh, that's right. I forgot that Bani Bo is Turkish, is fluent in Turkish. And so apologies, Bani Bo, for me being so completely ignorant to what part of the world Turkey's considered. I mean, I don't think it's the Middle East, that's for sure, but it's kind of Europe, it's kind of Asia, it's Turkey. Either way. I don't know what, Turkey is Near East, in our Western centric global conception. Okay, all right, there we go. And let's see here, got to find an Australian restaurant. Okay, wait, hold on. Up north, or up top, somebody was saying something about USA lamb. Hold on. All right, Verity, here we go. In my experience, USA lamb has not so fresh flavor and gritty fat. Okay, all right. And the New Zealand lamb is more better tasty. Gotta. So, and Bani Bo is just like, yeah, it's sort of both. Okay, well, that's good to know that my perception is not way off base. Trail dust. Are you going to go chase Kevin off now? All right. Let's see here. Okay, so Piccolotti, we went to Fez, Morocco. We were handed sprigs of mint before we went to see the leather tanning. We found out why when we were hit by the foul order gag. Okay, now, all right. Let me be clear. I don't like eating a lot of mint stuff, but smelling it in my foot scrub, maybe even a little bit of tea, no problem. Smelling it, delicious, no problem. Smelling it, beautiful thing. Absolutely. And we use mint in our kofte. It's a beef dish. Right, see, yeah. Mint is a commonly used thing in meat, and I understand that, but to my unsophisticated palate, I just don't know. I mean, maybe dried mint mixed in with other stuff. I guess what I really am just confused about, frankly, and it's like, I don't really understand the concept of mint jelly. I know what mint is, I know what jelly is, but how mint turns into jelly, I just don't get it. And I am so glad that you guys are having fun with these emotes, because I was just like, we are going to have not a lot to talk about, so we are going to have something to play with. And let's see here. Can I eat a jellied eel? Baby Bo, honestly, I don't really know I don't know where to get a jellied eel. I'm sure I could find one somewhere in the United States, but they're not in the regular grocery stores. Like, I'd have to go to a specialty grocery store or something, or order it online. The idea of jellied eels sounds disgusting, but since I understand and know exactly how and why it's jellied in the can, I probably could eat them. Emphasis on probably. I'm not promising anything. Not promising anything, but I probably could, because basically Spam used to have a gelatin around it, because that's just sort of a byproduct of the collagens and the proteins that are in the meat to begin with. But Bacola tea, yeah, the eel part sounds okay, the jelly part not so much, but the only reason why it's jellied is because the eels still have the bones in it. And you know how if you make chicken broth with chicken bones and you boil the bones and then it gets cold or room temperature and that broth turns into jelly? That's all that jelly is in the can. And so once you know that, it's like, meh. I don't know. I mean, I say that as someone who hasn't seen or eaten a jellied eel. This is all theoretical, okay? Like, I might take one look at a jellied eel and just be like, oh, heck no. Oh, fly into the fork. No flippin' flirpin' way. I might. But in theory, it sounds okay. It's like a collagen pudding. Exactly. And, trail dust. I'm unfamiliar with any liquids that might come in an amber hue. What kind of liquid are you guys talking about that comes in an amber hue? Is it something specific to blacksmithing or welding? The liquid that comes in an amber hue? And let's see here. A friend of my daughter, her family was Vietnamese and they made eel soup, including the eyes. Nope, couldn't eat. My Karen said she couldn't eat it either. Yeah, no, I don't do the eyeballs. Nope. I don't do the eyeballs. Nope. And let's see here. What's one of the things that's like, oh wait, what does it say? What did I miss? Your son-in-law went to a work trip in Australia and had kangaroo there called Roo. And they sold it in the market there like beef or pork. He said it was very good. I hadn't tried it. Well, Terry, jellies are okay. Beanie, yeah, I love it when you come onto the stream. 9 times out of 10, you give us something to talk about. And I'll tell you what, we sometimes even talk about you when you're not here, because I talk about all the things that you've turned me on to that are just like, it's like, oh, Baney Bo told me I needed a hot water dispenser, and I thought he was stupid. Thought that was the dumbest thing. Never would get oh my God, I love my hot water dispenser. Baney Bo gave me the best advice by telling me to get a instant hot water dispenser. Baney Bo this, but no, I totally, speaking of which, dude, that hot water dispenser, instant hot water dispenser, I love that thing so much. And let's see here, Bacola tea, I can pretty much eat anything, but I don't like it when the food is looking at me. Absolutely legit. So what's that dish that they have in Mexico with the goat head? Oh, there's one in Italy too. I think it's with the lamb head or something. Yeah. Anyway. Puzzy Cat, pickled herring is as far as you can go and no eyeballs. Honestly, dude, pickled herring, my mom loved that stuff. I just don't know if I don't think I... Yeah. No. I've never been able to try it. Just looking at it, I'm just like... I like fish. I like pickled things. I don't know if I like pickled fish. And yeah, no. I don't know. Yep. And let's see here. Stuck with no space for ice in your freezer. Don't want to buy ice. Why not get an ice maker and make your own ice from fresh water? I actually don't have to worry about that, Banny Bo. Even though I'm an American and you would think I have to worry about my ice, I don't have to worry about my ice. However, I have been trying to... There's this dude who goes to the bar and he always, every other day, he asks the bar to bring home, he asks for a big old bag of ice that he can bring home from the bar. So he gets his ice there for free. But the reason why he does it is because his ice machine in his freezer is broken. And I say to him, it's like, dude, you can get an ice... He lives by himself. He doesn't cook in the kitchen. He has plenty of counter space. I was like, you do realize you could just get a standalone ice maker, man, right? I have been trying to sell him on an idea for an ice maker for years, and he just won't have it. Everybody that I know that has a standalone ice maker loves it, raves it. Especially the ones that make that fancy little ice that's kind of like barrel shaped. And it is it's not quite crushed, but it's not quite solid. It's just crispy or something. And let's see here. Puzzy, creamed pickled herring sounds really, in theory, sounds gross. But I feel like I could try... I feel like that would be more amenable to me trying. I would try creamed pickled herring probably before regular pickled herring. And that is right. It is Loner Break time. So, I want to explain to you what this Loner Listening Break is about. Because last night, I said some things on the live stream that were kind of right and kind of wrong. But here I am to prove what it was I was talking about. Alright, so... There's a song called Kanaka Vai Vai. It's translated as The Water is Wide. It's a pretty well-known Hawaiian song, and it happened to be in the movie that we were watching last night called Maui Kuleana. And I mentioned, hey, this song actually has Celtic roots. And they were like, Celtic roots? What you talking about, Wayne? No, what you talking about, Willis? And I said, well, okay, it might not be Celtic roots. It might be Irish roots if you want to parse it. Guess what? It's not. It's Scottish roots. Scottish roots is where Kanaka Vai Vai, aka The Water is Wide, actually started, and Lono did a performance with a couple who does the original Scottish version along with his Hawaiian version, not his Hawaiian version, the Hawaiian version that most people are familiar with. And so here we are. It is a Lono Listening Break with some people that Lono will introduce and tell you all why and how this pairing happened. All right, here we go. Boop.
5 years ago, first tunes of the blues, we were all down there at the driver. After we had got done with all the music here each night, all of us met down there and the musicians were there. So we sat there and had our own little sharing of music, Bill, Kate and Steve. And so I happened to record Kate and Steve doing this song. And I had the Hawaiian version, but I didn't hear the English version. When I heard this beautiful lady sing the song, I was really touched. For 5 years I've been listening to that recording. Just listening to it, sometimes I go to sleep, I listen to Kate sing, and I hear Jim's playing. So this weekend to see all the sisters here doing their songs, awesome treat. And I always thought about, what if I had them sing and infuse the Hawaiian in there? And tonight is our opportunity. And then we have a dancer here, Sharon. Okay. So we're going to try and put it together in this first time First time it ever been done.
Water is wide, I cannot cross over. Neither have I two wings to fly. Give me a boat that can carry two, and we both shall row. My love and I, there is a ship, and she sails the sea. She's loaded deep, as deep can be, but not as deep as this love I'm in. I know I sing or swim. Oh, love is gentle, and love is kind. The sweetest flower, when first it's new, but love grows old and waxes cold and fades away like the morning. The water is wide, I cannot cross over. Neither have I two wings to fly. Give me a boat that can carry two, and we both shall row. My love and I, and we both shall row. My love and
All right. All right. Can you hear me? I'm so confused about my. All right. I think you can hear me. All right. There we go. Yes. So the dancer was not Lono's Tutu Lady, but Tutu Lady was in that video in the yellow at the very end. Anyway, so, and Tutu Lady, by the way, it's not his grandma. We'll just leave it at that. And Elaine, yeah, I think you were the one, if I remember last night correctly, you were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I really feel like I am not lying on this. And so I did want to bring it to the stream so everyone could see the whole situation. And so yeah. And if you want to watch this video, well, obviously you can watch this video again and again on this stream, but just Google Water is Wide Lono, and it should probably take you right there. It'll take you to two videos. It'll take you to his YouTube channel, where he does the Kanaka Vai Vai, but this is the one that showed up, at least for me, first. So so this is on the interwebs for you to enjoy at any time. But but like I said, you can go to Lono Music, Kaupe'epe'e on YouTube, or if you don't know how to spell Kaupe'epe'e, you can just search YouTube for Lono Music. And the Kanaka Vai Vai, the version where he's just sitting with his guitar singing the Hawaiian version, is up there. And so yes, so there we go. All right, so what else do we have to talk about today? So hard to say. But let's see what I've got on my little list of things and stuffuses. Let's see here. Puzzycat, is that? Who is that Puzzycat? Oh. Okay, I don't know who that is, but I know now it is not Rick James. Before the emote got big enough on the screen, I'm like looking at the chat and I was like, is that Rick James? No, it's the girl. Well, it's not Rick James. Sorry about that, Rick James, and whoever you are, little girl. I didn't mean to get you confused. All right, so let's see here. We, you know what? We can do this. Why not do this? Actually, I've got a question for you. And Piccolo T. Oh, no. Where did... I mean, not that I know I got it, but... No, Piccolo T, I don't think I, did get the video that you texted today. Or if I did, I don't know that I got it. Did you send it to... Where did you send it to? I'll see if I can go look for it. And congratulations on being retired now, Trail Dust. What are your plans for... What are your plans for Monday? What are you going to do on Monday? I mean, the world is your oyster, right? Are you like, what you gonna do, man? One of the people who goes to the bar that I go to, he's been retired for many, many years, and he's so funny. He has absolutely nothing to do. He lives by himself. He's the guy I was talking about who I was trying to get the ice machine for, right? Every day, man, he wakes up at the same time. He goes and gets breakfast at the same restaurant at the exact same time. He, he has this little routine from breakfast time until about 2 p.m. And then at 2 p.m., he watches a Hallmark movie 9 times out of 10. And then from 4 p.m. until whatever, he does something. And then, I kid you not, he, leaves his house at 6:45 on the dot. And he gets to the bar at 6:47, between 6:47 and 6:48 every single day. In fact, regulars have impressed and scared newcomers who, or not newcomers, but people who knew that Pat came there but didn't really know his schedule intimately. They're like, oh, Pat's not here, he must be late. And regulars will look at the clock and it's like, no, it's 6:38. He'll be here at 6:47. And they're like, ha ha ha. And lo and behold, 6:47 rolls around and he walks through the flipping door. So, and right, Puzzycat, exactly. Retirement is not all it's cracked up to be. You can get very bored of nothing. That's exactly, I think that's why he keeps this little schedule, because he's got little hobbies that he does between this. He's restoring a bunch of cars, he's restoring a bunch of boats, and so he's got his own little work day all planned out, but it's not, it's fun stuff. But it's so funny how he's retired, but he still has this work regimen. He gets up at 7:30 and he goes to breakfast by 8:45 and blah 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 blah. And Trail Dust, it may be surprising, probably not, but I have a bunch of metal projects waiting to be finished. That makes sense. And Pussycat, you tried some pumpkin. It's good for his tummy. That's a really good plan, Pussycat. Sometimes pumpkin helps give the fibers that they need to help their stomach regulate their regulationals. And we'll just leave it at that. Regulate the regulationals. Mm-hmm. And Darlene, anything goes here. We're most of the time doing something or one thing or another. Busy with the grandkids too. I like gardening too, says Darlene. Of course she does. I've seen pictures of her plants. They're gorgeous. Once you start killing as many plumerias as I've killed, you start giving up on gardening. And Terry in Scotland, retirement suits me very well, but I've always wanted to sit on my butt and do nothing. There you go. That's exactly it. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie called Office Space, but the main character, who hates his job, recalls a test that he was given by a guidance counselor in high school. And the test basically was a simple question. If you had $1 million, what would you do with it? And, you know, what you're supposed to do is dream, you know, big dreams. It's like, oh, I'd buy a bunch of old cars and restore them. And like that helps, that it was supposed to help you decide what future work career that you would have. Right. And the character literally was like, he's like, I was given that question and my response was nothing. I would just live off of the $1 million. I don't want to do anything. And so I don't think you're the only one, Terry, who's just like, my life goal is to sit around and do nothing. And frankly, I think that's a legitimate life goal because sometimes life is just hard enough living, even when you don't have to do stuff. And you customize your own custom cars, the small ones. Okay, right. Yeah, because I know that you collect those, they're called cars. They're called a certain, I don't remember what they're called, but I know that you collect them. I mean, I know they're called cars, but they're called a specific thing. Aren't they called something like metal cars? They're not called metal cars. I don't remember. Oh, all right then. Let's see here. Let's see here. Picola Day is probably a common experience for writees. Where does the day go? And how did I manage to do everything I did when I was working? Yes, there is that too. Exactly. Which is why it makes sense that a goal to do nothing is a very legitimate goal. Because when you're working, you're busy doing all the things. Sometimes it's best to just do none of the things. And Treadless, do you have an online site where you can show or sell some of the metal things you make? Yes, that would be awesome. Puzzy, you'd move to Hawaii. Right, with $1 million? Totally, I'd move to Hawaii. Right, exactly. Yeah, I think that's a really well, first off, it was a movie. Although second off, I wouldn't be surprised if some stupid guidance counselor out there did use that as a test. But I think it's a stupid test because, frankly, the real answer should be I would invest properly. I would get a financial manager who would invest properly. I'd live off the 4% interest throughout the rest of the life, and it'll last for infinity. And I'll do whatever I want is really what the answer should be. But whatever. Picola T had his regular checkup. The doc asked Mr. P what day it was. Then he quickly retracted and said, wait, why am I asking a retiree these questions? I know some of those questions are a little bit biased towards those who need to know what day it is. And especially since we like literally carry a calendar with us that will remind us when we've got a doctor's appointment. Does it matter if it's Sunday or Monday or Wednesday? As long as I know I need to be the doctor on Thursday and I get there on time, what is the problem? And Hot Wheels, thank you, Puzzy Cat. I knew that. I did. I promise you, I did. And exactly, Puzzy, you've got your fishies. You got your fishies and your wheelies. You got stuff going on. I was going to say something else besides stuff, but that would be the S word, and I try not to say those things. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland, if I had $1 million, I would hire a French maid to bring me stuff from the kitchen. But would you... See now, Terry, would you hire her to just bring you stuff, or would you hire her to actually cook you real food and then bring you stuff? Because for real, you're going to hire somebody to just be like, here's Here's a can of crappy chili. I'm gonna heat it in the microwave for you and then bring it out to you. I think you'd get more bang for your buck if you made her cook your food too. And yeah, so there you go. And let's see here. A friend of mine, a retired nurse practitioner who worked with geriatrics, had the cognitive test given to her one time. For every question they asked her, she gave them the answer to the question after the one they asked. I'm going to assume she was being a smartass. And let's see here. You want to see Pussycat do something with fish on wheels? Okay, good, Chuck. She was being a smartass. Good. Because I was like, wow, what a strange indication of mental decline. Oh, gosh. All right, so let's see here. What do we want to... Oh, okay, yes, music. Music is good, Puzzy. And this... Would you believe I have a map? Would you believe I have a map? All right, I do. And I have a map of the United States and the top selling artist that was born in each of these states, or that is from each of these states. And I'm going to ask you a question that I should expect you wouldn't know, yet you might. So let me just pose to you this question. The state of Kansas. What is the biggest selling artist out of Kansas? Don't Google it, please. I'm just curious if anyone knows or can guess off the top of their heads the biggest selling artist to come out of Kansas. I would expect Glenn Campbell. Glenn Campbell came from Kansas. And ding, 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 ding. Winner, chicken dinner. Kansas apparently is the biggest selling group from Kansas. So here we go. Here's the music map, y'all. Kansas is apparently from Kansas, and they're the biggest selling group in Kansas. And so frankly, I was surprised really that the Eagles were the biggest selling group out of California. I mean, I'm not super surprised, but kinda, because so many bands come out of California, right? So they must have sold a lot of flippin' albums. But yeah, I'm really kind of surprised to know that Portugal, the man, is from Alaska. I don't even know what Portugal, the man, is. So there's that. But Bruno Mars, Hawaii, no big deal. I'm not exactly gonna say that I'm stoked with the biggest selling. Well, Stevie Ray Vaughan might have been the best thing that ever happened to Texas, but he's not apparently the biggest singer or performer to come out of Texas. And yeah, Chicago in Illinois, exactly. It's just like, okay. And yeah, Kenny G, point and laugh all you want, Shock. It's point and laughable. It's absolutely point and laughable. But what do you have? You've got, Tony Braxton. Yeah, that's actually pretty. You got FMN. What's FMN? Steve Miller for the win. Okay. DMB, curse you, kitty. I don't know what. Trail Dust, you're in minute. Yeah, well, okay, you might not be a Prince fan, Trail Dust, but I think you do realize that, I mean, can you think of any other artist out of Minnesota that sold more than Prince? I mean, The Time sure as hell wasn't it. Oh, Dave Matthews Band. Oh, right, DMB. Yeah, Dave Matthews Band. My sister loves that band. I hate that band. Darlene, I do like me some Dave Matthews. So, well, Darlene, that's fine. My sister and you can go listen to the radio. And Terry in Scotland, how would you think that Bob Seger would sell more records than Madonna? I think the Maryland one is Tony Braxton. Shock, I think is what it is. Tony Braxton. Lynyrd Skynyrd is number one in Florida. I don't know, dude. Backstreet Boys. This isn't a case of who's liked the best. It's a case of who's sold the most albums, and being from there. And so Kenny G, you know, like, as much as I would love to say that Nirvana, you know, which is from and they were born in Washington, I would love to say that they sold more albums than Kenny G. They didn't. They didn't. Kenny G has sold a lot of albums. And Backstreet Boys sold a lot of albums. Wiz Khalifa being from North Dakota kind of confuses me, but okay. And you know, you got to remember, you guys, this isn't where the artist got their start. This is where the artist was born. Madonna was born in Michigan. She got her start in New York City, but she was born in Michigan. So yeah. Eminem was born in, I don't know what state that is, but Johnny Cash was born in, Arkansas. Johnny Cash was born in that there, Arkansas. And, let's see here. Outlaws are from Tampa. Outlaws, you mean like the motorcycle gang? And who are the Killers? I believe the Killers is the band that does the song that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s about, it's like, it's a good song. It's like, it's a song that's, it's the lyrics are about this guy who's dreaming about who's fantasizing about what his girlfriend's doing and cheating on him, or what the girlfriend's doing and maybe cheating on him. It's like, and then he's touching her chest, and they blah 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 blah, and they blah 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 blah, and then they're kissing and blah blah. It's a song about cheating and destiny, blah, 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 paradise. Oh God, I wish I knew what song I could tell you it was, but I can hear it. And love Tina Turner, but thought Dolly Parton would have sold more records. Good point. Good point, Picola T. Good point. And let's see here. Tom Petty is from Gainesville. Okay, well, but apparently maybe the Backstreet Boys might have sold more records. Who is Spencer Bohren? I don't know. I'm not saying that these are popular people. I'm just saying, I mean, come on, it's Wyoming. I'm not saying that these are popular people. I'm just saying these are the most selling artists from the area. And Molly Hatchet is from Jacksonville. I used to be called Molly Hatchet when I was a kid, because I've been through several nicknames as someone named Molly. I've been through several nicknames. Molly Hatchet was pretty much the first one. In my younger years, the 70s and 80s, it was Molly Hatchet. Then, of course, there came the Molly Ringwald phase. And then the one that stuck and sucked the most because it came with a song, Molly McButter. I don't know if you remember the butter flavored sprinkles that came with the Molly McButter, but they were called Molly McButter. And yeah, whoever wrote that jingle missed out on a lot of royalties from all the times it was sung to me. And I'm kind of ignoring what you're talking about, but now I cannot. Did I just read that Dick Cheney had an album? I'm sorry, what? Are you Dick? What? Dick Cheney had an album? I'm not even surprised that Dick Cheney was from Wyoming. That actually doesn't surprise me. And when Terry and Scotland said Dick Cheney's greatest hits is big in Wyoming, I thought that was a joke. Because that's not a thing. But now he has a Christmas album too? Terry, are you being facetious? And Piccola T, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into Portugal the Man. I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna have to look into that because I have so many questions. Why are you in Alaska, Portugal? I mean, I know that you're a man and you have free will, but why are you in Alaska, Portugal? And a Dick Cheney Christmas? Yeah, is that some sort of, did we launch an attack on Christmas Eve? I feel like we did, but I also feel that was Bush the Elder, not Bush the Lesser. And Cheney was with Bush the Lesser, not Bush the Elder, right? The Bushes, it's so hard to remember which Bush was what. And right, exactly, it's a joke, right? I don't know, man. I'm a little bit confused right now. I've lost control of the chat, man. I don't know. But I do feel like we did, I feel like we launched an attack, around Christmas in Iraq or something once, maybe? Well, chalk that up to things I make up in my mind. Definitely do not be quoting me on that. Yeah, we're not going to be quoting me on that. Terry said lol, so is he pulling our leg? I'm assuming and guessing so. I do really feel like there might have been an attack launched near Christmas time, though. It had to do with a full moon or a new moon or it wasn't the military, they choose their timing in a very strategic way. It's all about the strategery. And I'm serious. Well, I mean, I'm sort of serious when I say that, obviously. So it's just because it was Christmas, it wasn't like they were trying to be all meh, meh. It was just the stars were aligned properly, man. We had to attack now. A very Cheney Christmas, best heard in a bulletproof vest. Right, Big Bush or Little Bush? Well, with Cheney, it had to be Little Bush, right? I've lost control of the chat. Yeah, that is a t-shirt right there. Because that could mean a lot of things. That could definitely mean I've lost control of myself. And, oh my God. You guys. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know if he was joking anymore now that Shock has put that link up. I haven't clicked the link, but now I'm clicking the link. Y'all, I don't know what that link is all about, and I don't know if it's serious, but there is a Christmas album. Okay? There is a Christmas album. The link is legit. It's not, I don't think it's gonna no, Puzzy, no, it's not. I don't truly, Puzzy, I don't know if this is a real, I don't mean it in politics. I truly, I can't figure out, I truly can't figure out if this is a legit set of albums or not. That's all. It's just kind of funny because it is a Cheney Christmas. There is a Christmas album on there. That's all. And yeah, one of them's German. That's it's very confusing. This is very confusing. Okay. You don't necessarily have to go look at it yourself, but you saw what it did to me. I did not know how to react. So yeah, I suspect it's a parody as well. I have no clue though. I really have no idea. All right, so sometimes you just never know when someone's pulling your leg, and apparently, yeah. All right, so let's see here. What can we do to get off the topic of German Christmas carols featuring our former vice president? I know what we can do. Here's what we can do. Let me make this a segue. Hey, man, I don't know if that was a legitimate link, man, to a legitimate set of records, man. You always got to question the man. And when it comes to learning about things that are important like nature and bees, you can't take for granted that we know everything there is to know. All we know is that we don't know, man. All we know is that we don't know nothing. And that's actually true. That's a line to a Green Day song, but it's also true. In the state of Washington, we have discovered a bunch of new bees. And when you find out how and why we discovered them, there's something to be said about, hey, man, you probably have some bees that have never been flippin', flirpin', flying, forkin', discovered either. So I'm going to show you this little new set of beesness, and I want you to think on how, like, well, wow, maybe some of these things are like that in my state too. And I won't explain any further. So here we go. Boop.
Spring is here. Time for the birds and the flowers and the bees to emerge.
My big mission in all of this is to teach people proper care and maintenance if you have mason bees.
Every year, Tira McKelvey and her teammates with Rent Mason Bees collect bee habitats to clean.
Back here is our walk-in refrigerator.
Storing millions of baby bees during the winter.
So these are all ready to go. Still sleeping bees, tucked away in hibernation mode.
They then prepare proper habitats for mason bee homes. Dark structures to keep the bees warm. That are shipped out to people across the country in the spring. All to give a boost to the incredible pollinators.
You have fruit trees or you have anything in your garden that you need pollinated, you want mason bees. They are your super pollinators.
While the focus here is on an important but very common bee, on a state level, leaders are trying to track the lesser known bees.
Bees are a little understudied in the western United States, especially the northern western United States.
Katie Buckley is Washington State's Department of Agriculture's Pollinator Health Coordinator. In the last 7 years in this role, she's helped expand bee research, something that went forgotten for decades, only back in focus in recent years. So state records were outdated.
If you read through that document, some of them are like, this bee was found in these counties, last detected 1943. So, like, we had a feeling it was there, but nobody had looked for it since then.
They decided to mirror Oregon's successful Bee Atlas program, a team of volunteers who seek out and document bee species. In Washington's second year of the Bee Atlas program, they identified 30 new or rare species never seen in the state, plus a dozen not seen in more than 50 years, with one not seen since 1882.
If you don't look for stuff, you'll never know it's there.
Some of the new Washington species were not a surprise because they're known in Oregon and Idaho. Others were more of a surprise in Washington because they're in California but not Oregon. Also,
there's at least one that we've found that at the time that we first discovered it in the state, there were 6 other records of it. Anywhere. Ever. 6. So we found like the 7th one of this particular bee species.
While these critters are small, they are mighty.
Pollinators make all our food. So it's really, really important to care for our pollinators.
And if we don't know what exists, we won't know how to protect them. So Katie says this new mission, entering its 3rd year now, is laying a foundation for the future.
If you don't have pollinators, you don't have flowering plants. And most of the plants in our ecosystems are flowering plants. If you don't have bees because you didn't protect them, because you didn't even know what they were, your ecosystems might start falling apart. And that's definitely one of our major concerns.
For Environment Northwest, I'm meteorologist Leah Pizzetti.
So there you go. Let it be. Let it ride, Verity. Verity. Yes, we would starve without bees. Exactly. And so I thought that was really cool that that they're discovering bees that they haven't like that one of those bees has only been seen 7 times in the entire documented world life of its life, right? Of its existence, of our coexistence, I guess actually is really what it is. And they bring up a really good point, you know, if you don't even know it's there, you can't really do much to help encourage its part and to say, you know, if you don't know it's there, you don't know it needs to be saved, you don't know what it does, you don't know what it does, you don't know what it does, and that is really important because when it's not there, you might actually realize just what it did. And so, why can't we be friends? Exactly. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Precisely. That is exactly it. And so, just remember, you guys, bees, as a general rule, don't want to sting you. If they sting you, they're killing themselves. Wasps, they can sting you over and over again. They have no problem stinging you. Okay. Wasps can bite you and they can sting you. And they can sting you over and over and over and over and over again. Whereas bees, they sting you once and then the stinger tears off of their body and then they die. So bees are not to be that afeared of. And I definitely think that recognizing the bees and, you know, just like being aware of the bees, man, is kind of a neat little thing. And like this story said, in Oregon, they started this program. It's its 3rd year in Washington, and we're starting the 3rd year in Washington. So in year 2, they found like 30 different varieties that they hadn't seen in a while. And that makes me wonder how many bees in how many other states are in a similar situation. I understand that, you know, some areas, especially like the prairie lands, have been extensively studied for this type of thing. But you know, I do have to wonder, say in Minnesota, do they have a real, or even better yet, Michigan? You know, you've got these 2 very distinct different parts of Michigan, one of which is very, very uninhabited, the Upper Peninsula. How many different bee species are out there? And so I just want you guys to remember next time you see a bee, just like sort of wonder like, I wonder what kind of bee that is. I wonder if that bee is common. So, you know, just be aware, man. And those are the Witness Bee Protection Program. And exactly, Terry is speaking the truth. Bees are having a really hard time in Europe. Clover is encouraged to plant to help them. Now, I won't say that clover is encouraged in all parts of the USA. That might be the solution that they're doing in Europe. That's fine and dandy. Clover is a mixed bag of successes in the United States, depending upon where you are, how quickly and easily it spreads, and whether or not it should be there to begin with. But absolutely, making sure that there are flowering plants available during the season upon which bees are around. You definitely want to make sure that you've got plenty of those. My yard is pretty wild, so there's a lot of invasive and native flowers popping off during all sorts of the year. And so I think that my little beesies are happy because there's no chemicals. There's no chemicals in my garden. And let's see here. Wasps are mean, says Darlene. I don't like them. There's a wasp up north. I think it's called bald-faced wasp. Oh, the bald-faced hornet. They will remember you. I think by scent. If you've tried to stake one of those nests down, they'll remember you. Beware, they can be aggressive. And yeah, Puzzycat, those killer bees do kind of scare me, actually. The killer bees are a little bit more likely to be willing to commit suicide to sting you. Abso-flippin'-lutely. And Shock, that's brilliant. A fake wasp nest in the front of your garage and you haven't seen a real wasp since. I might need to invest in one of those because my yard is a very wasp-friendly environment and I need to not have that be. I need to have bees be, but wasps do not need to be. And the bald-faced hornets, though, Darlene, oh my God, I know it. Darlene, I'm very familiar with the bald-faced hornets. I actually called them jail yard yellow jackets because they look like yellow jackets, except for they're white and black striped, and they're like huge. They're prison yard yellow jackets. And I say they're prison yard yellow jackets because the black and white stripes make them look like the old-fashioned black and white jail outfits. And they're huge, so it makes it, they look like they've been lifting weights in the yard, right? So they're the prison yard yellow jackets. That is not their official name. It's bald-faced hornet. Those things are huge. Those things are fat. Those things are mean. Those things are aggressive. And so, logically, one day when I found their nest in my rose garden, they were nesting in the ground, and it was a big hole in the ground. They were flying in and out, and that was bothering me. So, you see, I thought it was a brilliant idea. I don't know why. To just cover their hole. Just cover their hole. I don't want them here. Cover that hole. So, yeah, I didn't get to go back to that part of the yard for like a year. That day, I had to when my roommate came home, I had to stop her before she went to the backyard, and I said, do you see that thing do you see that in the air over there? All those things flying in the air, angrily up over there in our upper backyard? She's like, yeah, I see that. What is that? It's like, those are yellow jackets. Don't go up there. I angered them. And she's like, yeah, you did. So for about a week, we couldn't go to that part of the yard. But literally, Darlene is 1000% right. I didn't really know if it was by sight or by scent, but they absolutely, my roommate could go clip the roses no problem. I was no longer allowed in the rose garden. The prison yard yellow jackets decided I was no bueno. So I respected that decision. I respected it. Yeah, I did. All right, so we had a 2-minute warning about 2 minutes ago, which means it is time to get the flying fork out of here. It is 6:30, the bottom of the hour. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Today is Sunday. Hopefully we will see each other on Wednesday. I'm not going to promise it. I'm really going to try to do it. What I can tell you, though, is Saturday is when the Merry Monarch stream is going to be starting. Merry Monarch is live streaming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday online live. I will not be streaming the Friday one, but Saturday and Sunday, I will be streaming that, and those will be our streams for the weekend. It'll be on Map Statter. That's Map Statter with a P, and we will be streaming for as long as the Merry Monarch doesn't find out that we're streaming. So if you want to hang out, it's a 6-hour-long stream each night. So you can come in for 2 minutes, 2 hours, 6 hours, walk in and out, no big deal. I just want everybody to know that that is what is going to be happening this weekend. It is, if the Merry Monarch allows me to. There is a caveat. There is technological advances that happen so quickly. The Merry Monarch might be able to, through detection systems, tell that I'm streaming and then cut it off. If that happens, and there you go. And frankly, I'm not going to be... Every year that I get away with this, I'm kind of surprised. So we'll see, right? All right, so thank you, mods, for being mods. Thank you, chatters, for being chatters. Thank you, biddy people, for being biddy people. Thank you, donators and subbers and everything. And do I get your feed from the news channel? Maybe, Terry. I can't. Yeah, it's sponsored by the news channel. It's actually, I think the live stream actually the feed I get is from the Merry Monarch website proper. But the one from the Merry Monarch proper is the news. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. I feel like the KHON and the Merry Monarch are both live stream the same I can't answer that question, Terry. And here we go, shock. They will probably broadcast an inaudible carrier signal that will ID that stream. That's all the rage now to curb copyright infringement. There you go. So don't be surprised if it doesn't happen, but we're gonna be trying it anyway. All right, thanks for hanging out 3 extra minutes longer. We will see each other hopefully on Wednesday. If not, we'll hopefully see each other Saturday. And if not, we'll figure something out. All right, y'all. Take care. Have a good time.